It is clear as day that the Christians and the Jews do not, N-O-T, do not worship the same God. Jews worship Satan. But it's pretty clear. Okay, Jesus rewards us with what? Eternal life. Okay, Jesus promises eternal life from the Father. All right, that's the New Testament theology. Old Testament theology is what? In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Yahweh took Moses' ass up to the top of the mountain, Mount Sinai, and said, if you bow down and worship me, I will give you all the kingdoms of the earth. And then it gives a big old list of the riches he would receive. You know, he'd get a bunch of cattle, lands. He would rule over all the nations. And Moses accepted that offer from Yahweh. Hey, you know, that's the same thing that Satan offered Jesus. Satan took Jesus up to the mount and said, if you bow down and worship me, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the earth, all the riches. Jesus said, hell no. Get out of here, Satan. Okay. So Yahweh is essentially Satan, guys. That's why Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days. The Israelites were out there for 40 years. Jesus was fasting. The Israelites were starving. They only had manna to eat. It's kind of referencing that. So, yeah. Another thing, that Yahweh always rewards you with riches. Jesus rewards you with eternal life. Okay, what did Job get rewarded? He was rewarded with riches. Solomon was rewarded with riches. All right. All through the Old Testament, Yahweh rewards you with riches. In Genesis 3 and 22, Yahweh said, Adam and Eve, you got to get the hell out of the Garden of Eden, because I cannot let you get a hold of the fruit of the tree of life. So Yahweh kicked Adam and Eve out of the garden to make sure they did not get the fruit of the tree of life and live forever. So he's actively working against us. And Yahweh does not want us to receive eternal life. That's why Jesus promises eternal life. Everything Jesus does is opposite of Yahweh, because Yahweh is the devil. Okay, when something's opposite, like the opposite of good is bad, the opposite of light is dark, the opposite of God is Satan, the opposite of Jesus is Yahweh.